Next on KATU News, rain in the northwest with more on the way when the worst is set to hit. Plus,
the train just kind of went thud, thud, crash.
An eyewitness account as a train crashes into a house with children inside. And 2 bodies found off of Highway 26, why police were collecting evidence for miles down the road. Also, a man rushes into a burning home in North Portland.
And we begin tonight with a stormy weather dumping on the northwest. The heavy rain is now moving into the Portland area.
KATU's Joe English has been tracking the storm all afternoon. He joins us from the Weather Center. Joe, what's going on out there?
Well, this is a slow-moving one, so the rain's going to be with us a while. We've had steady rain throughout the day for most of us in Oregon and Washington, at least west of the Cascades. Hasn't been all that heavy, certainly not compared to what's on the way in. This is what it looks like outside right now from our Unico U.S. Bancorp Tower camera, and it is raining over downtown Portland and Vancouver, much of the valley. Although Salem, many of you there getting a little break right now. Let's look at Doppler radar. You can see where the heavier rain is coming down right now around Tillamook through the coastal mountains. Longview, you're getting some heavier rainfall as well, and north of Portland and into the Cascades also. Outside this afternoon, well, that's what you saw. Plenty of rain and not any flooding or major flooding anyway. We saw a lot of water collecting on the streets. Pretty heavy rain for the southern part of the valley, more than an inch, but around the Portland area, up to a ½ inch so far. Now, we're going to probably see that much again, if not more than that, and it has caused some problems today. Wet roads caused several accidents all over town. In Wilsonville, this red Jeep ended up on its top off the side of the road. The driver apparently lost control. You can see a couple of busted out windows there. The side mirrors are gone. A tow truck came out, managed to flip it back over. Nobody was seriously injured in that crash. Let's take a look at our 2-hour forecast and see where the rain that's over us right now is headed over the next couple of hours. You can see it as it works its way up to the north. This is where we have some flood warnings into central Washington, but so far, none for the coast, none for the valley. The heavier rain coming up, though, that could change as we go into Monday and Tuesday. We're going to let you know later on in the show just how much rainfall you can expect. Also have some pretty strong winds to talk about and maybe some record high temperatures for tomorrow. We'll do that later on. Dan and Anna?
All right, Joe, we look forward to it. Our other top story tonight, an awful discovery today near the Sunset Highway has Washington County detectives working overtime.
They are trying to solve what appears to be a double murder just 2 days after a triple murder in the area. KATU's Susan Harding joins us now. Susan, investigators have to be wondering whether there's a connection here.
Well, investigators say at this point they have no reason to believe the crimes are related. Though with 2 recent homicide cases unsolved, detectives know there could be more than one killer on the loose in Washington County.
Along this wooded stretch of Highway 26, a homeowner found 2 bodies at the end of his driveway. He told detectives he had never seen the victims before, both men believed to be middle-aged. Investigators won't reveal how they died, though it is clear they're finding a long trail of potential evidence up and down the highway. Motorists passing by reported the clues.
I just figured something bad had happened.
Including Mike Parks and Mike Daughter.
We were heading into town and we did see some, looked like bloody clothes and then a bloody towel or a rag.
When we first went by the first one, we're like, wow, those look like bloody rags, looked like almost like a pair of pants. And then down the road looked like a white shirt or something, looked like a pair of pants and then some shirt. And we're going, wow, it looked like bloody clothes to me.
4 miles east from where the bodies were found, you can see where detectives marked the spots where they found evidence.
Along Highway 26, there was towels and clothes and some other things that were found that at this point we don't know are related to, but good possibility they might.
The homeowner found the 2 bodies about 25 yards off Highway 26. Investigators won't say if they have any solid leads.
At this point, we want to kind of hold off on some of the information.
Meantime, Washington County detectives are still trying to solve Thursday's triple murder of a family on Northwest Tellshire Terrace. Both murder cases are in Northwest Washington County near Highway 26. But that's where the similarities appear to end.
Having 2 tragic events happening so short a distance, it might be an easy leap to have, but at this point we are unable to.
Investigators ask anyone who traveled on 26 to or from the beach Sunday morning or last night to contact them if they noticed any unusual activity that might be related to this case. I'm Susan Harding reporting live. Back to you, Anna.
Sometimes it is just that one tip. Thank you, Susan. 2 men are trapped upstairs when a house catches fire in North Portland this morning.
Only one of the men survived. Firefighters say that's because of a brave man who stopped to help. KATU's Nick Winkler is here now. And Nick, you talked with the man who ran inside that burning home, right?
We did, Dan. The man had just bought sugar for his coffee and was driving home around 6 this morning. That's when he saw smoke and decided to park his car and get out. He says he ran inside the burning home and helped save one man, but not another.
People keep calling me a hero. I'm no hero. Just you do what is right.
Only thing bigger than Brian Olson's modesty is his courage.
I don't remember being scared or excited or anything. I just reacted.
And ran toward a burning home. The first door he tried was locked, he says. So he says he kicked a second door in.
So I broke this door in, ran in and just screamed for everyone to get out.
And got a neighbor to call for firefighters. Olson says he then ran inside a second time and heard a voice.
Yeah, he said, I need help. I need a ladder because he goes, I'm on the second story.
What'd you say back?
I said, I don't have one. I'll find one. So I ran around to try to find one and I couldn't.
So Olson picked up a board.
Just ran around the house, found the biggest thing I could and just broke the window with it.
Olson says he climbed up on the sill, steadied himself.
I put it up like this, holding onto the ledge right here.
And helped the man climb down barefoot. And carried the man across the broken glass.
I said, are you okay? He said, yeah, I'm okay. And he said, but my friend's still in the house.
Olson says the friend was screaming. Olson could do no more, though. He went home and told his wife what he had done.
Oh, my wife's calling everyone.
I'm amazed. I'm just glad he came home because he's an amazing man.
But he's also a man who says he's sorry.
Frustrated that I couldn't save the other guy. That's the only thing I keep thinking about is I couldn't help him.
Firefighters did get the man out, but not in time.
It really hurts him that he wasn't able to help the other man that was still in there. It's really been hurting him today.
A day Olson says he did nothing special.
I was at the right place at the right time, just by chance. I was glad I was here, though.
And firefighters say the man Olson saved is at a hospital. They say the man has some cuts, some bruises, and inhaled some smoke. Firefighters say Olson probably saved the man's life, and the man who died was 20 years old. Firefighters are not releasing his name until they talk with his family.
Oh, what a story. Wow. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. A very rude and powerful awakening for a family in Albany this morning. A train hit their house and destroyed their car. A big train outside.
Tiana, the train fell in the house. The train just kind of went thud, thud, crush.
Little girls inside.
Down the first time I've ever seen a train fall on my family's house.
And that's exactly what happened. 7 trains from the Portland and Western Railroad derailed in downtown Albany at 7 a.m. One tipped into this house, and it also wiped out this fence.
Heard a bunch of racket, fence lumber breaking, came upstairs, saw a train where it wasn't supposed to be.
Randy Dent's morning on the computer was over.
I was calling 911 as fast as I could.
Well, not only a dent in Dent's house, but his minivan more than dinged.
It's like totally damaged.
The train fell down and it hit it and it's like whoop.
The train also took out some power lines, forcing the temporary evacuation of 6 houses. But everyone inside the homes just fine, left with a story to tell.
And I was only staying the night, so this was kind of awkward.
Now, the railroad tells us the lumber cars tipped over to the inside of a curve as it began to move, but we don't know why that happened yet. A building inspector checked out the home and says it is still okay for that family to live in.
A Beaverton man spends a cold night in the woods after getting lost on Larch Mountain. Search and rescue crews found 32-year-old Alexei Cherevatenko around 8 o'clock this morning. He and some friends were picking mushrooms in the wilderness near Multnomah Falls yesterday when he got separated from the group. When searchers found him this morning, he was wet and he was cold, but otherwise he was okay.
A soldier from the Dalles who died in Afghanistan was laid to rest today. Staff Sergeant Robert Paul died on September 8th when a car bomb exploded next to his Humvee. The 43-year-old had enlisted in the Army Reserves in 1997, 2 years after graduating from the University of Maryland. He served in Iraq in 2003 and returned to the Middle East this year, this time taking part in Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan.
Saddam Hussein heard a verdict and his sentence this morning. The former Iraqi dictator was found guilty for crimes against humanity, and he was sentenced to hang. ABC's Lama Hassan reports.
The White House welcomed the verdict, saying it was a good day for the Iraqi people.
Saddam Hussein's trial is a milestone in the Iraqi people's efforts to replace the rule of a tyrant with the rule of law. It's a major achievement for Iraq's young democracy and its constitutional government.
Earlier, a defiant Saddam Hussein tried to drown out the judge's words. The verdict was clear, guilty, and Saddam was sentenced to death by hanging. With the Quran in one hand, the former Iraqi leader shouted, "Down with the traitors," and "Allahu Akbar, God is great." Saddam's half-brother, Barzan al-Takriti, and Iraq's former chief judge, Awad Hamid al-Bandar, also received the death penalty. Speaking to the Iraqi people, Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki hailed the judgment, saying Saddam deserved his punishment and was the country's worst leader. Iraq's president described the trial as fair, but didn't comment on the guilty verdict or death sentence, fearing it could inflame sectarian tensions. Across Baghdad, jubilation. For many Shias who had suffered under Saddam for so many years, it was a day to celebrate. Thank God, this man says, today he got what he deserved. In Saddam's hometown of Tikrit, the news was not welcomed. Sunnis protested, shouting, "We will sacrifice ourselves for you, Saddam." This man said, God willing, he will return as Iraq's president. The question is, how will Saddam's Sunni supporters react to the verdict? Immediately after the verdict, clashes broke out in Sunni areas. Many fear they will retaliate and further inflame the sectarian tension in Iraq. Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
Saddam will appeal the verdict within the month, and a 9-member appeals court will have an unlimited amount of time to review the case. If the verdict is upheld, Saddam would have to be hung within 30 days.
Here at Home doesn't show up to help an ailing young man. How you can still help a 5-year-old Lake Oswego boy beat cancer.
And the Reverend Ted Haggard issues an apology, but not in person. Who delivered it and what he's admitting to now?
You're watching KATU News, the spirit of the Northwest.
What makes Jack Roberts the best choice for Oregon Supreme Court? Twice elected Oregon Labor Commissioner, he expanded family leave for more parents, made it easier for teenagers to find jobs, and stood up for property rights. As a judge, he'll enforce the law and Constitution, not his personal beliefs, and will protect the rights of crime victims and their families. Jack Roberts for Supreme Court. Qualified, independent, and fair.
What do you get when you combine the Northwest's #1 mattress store with the world's #1 selling mattress brand? It's Sleep Country's Super Sealy sale. Right now, Sleep Country's entire line of Sealy mattresses is on sale. Save on firm, extra firm, plush, even pillow top. Even get the lowest price of the year on our most popular Sealy Posturepedic. The Super Sealy sale on now at Sleep Country. Guaranteed comfort, best selection, lowest price.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
My job is to get kids ready for the real world. Today, that's more than the 3 R's. It means instilling values like respect and discipline and giving students the skills to succeed in the workforce. Those are Ted Kulongoski's values, and he's backed them up as governor. He protected local classrooms through tough times and is pushing.
A memorial for 5 firefighters in California and a famous finisher in the New York Marathon. But we start with a written apology in Colorado.
There's a part of my life that is so repulsive and dark that I've been warring against it all of my adult life.
Reverend Ted Haggard's apology letter was read aloud during services at the New Life Church in Colorado Springs. Haggard admitted last week to buying meth from a male prostitute.
Please forgive me. I am so embarrassed and ashamed. I caused this and I have no excuse. I am a sinner. I have fallen. I desperately need to be forgiven and healed.
Reverend Haggard also asked members of his New Life Church to forgive the man who made the accusations public.
As many as 25,000 people turned out for service to remember 5 firemen killed in a Southern California wildfire. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger spoke to the mourners, which included firefighters from several western states. He called the deaths a devastating tragedy, and police plan to charge the suspected arsonist with murder.
And Lance Armstrong has turned in his pedals, at least for now, for a pair of Nike running shoes. The 7-time Tour de France winner finished the New York Marathon today. He crossed the finish line in just under 3 hours. That's 50 minutes behind the winner. After the race, the man who used to pedal over the Alps told reporters he'd bitten off more than he could chew. He says running this marathon was the hardest physical thing he's ever done. What's next? A triathlon?
There's no coasting in running, right? The bike